All righty. I think we are. Can you see me on Instagram? Do you have your Instagram pulled up?
Do I have my Instagram?
Yeah.
Do I need to go on Instagram too? I'm on my phone right now.
Okay, so you can't get on. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'll just broadcast it on Instagram, and then for those who need to see me,
I mean, if you want, I can click on the link on my laptop and go live on this on Instagram.
Can you do that for me, please?
Sure.
So that they'll
Yeah.
see that. Gotta
Let
be
me grab my laptop.
All right, y'all, give us a couple of minutes. We're trying to organize all of these platforms at once. So I am trying to navigate all of my platforms as well so that everybody could get a chance.
All right. So my laptop's loading up. I can have my laptop do the StreamYard, and then I can have my phone do the Instagram.
All right, perfect. So y'all bear with us. It's technology.
There's always something. Last night I had a book club, and for my book club, my laptop was acting weird because I forgot my charger. So it was like when it almost dies, it starts to act a little weird.
Yeah.
And so I was like, guys, if it kicks us off Zoom, like, it's my laptop. And it did once. And so I just used my phone after that.
I have my computer, my phone, my iPad. So I'm trying to get all of these things incorporated all at I have, because I'm trying to stream it, but on my original Facebook page. I have it on my other page, but good afternoon, whoever that is. I can see your comments, but I can't see your names right now. So bear with me.
All right, my laptop just turned on. Just need to get the link.
Are you able to share on Facebook?
Yes, I can share on Facebook.
Do that and tag me in it.
Yes, yeah, I did. I shared that.
Perfect. So I'm gonna give her a chance to get her laptop before we get started.
I need a new laptop this year, though.
Okay, well, maybe if we talk and they get your services, we can get your coins up and we'll get you a new laptop. Okay. I know it is something about technology, and it waits until you're about to get ready to do something big before it decides that, okay, we're not going to do anything. So we are.
All right. I'm going onto my Facebook so I can go to the message you sent me.
Okay.
So I'll be on in a moment.
All righty. We are coming in.
Any second. Going to my messages.
Just bear with us.
Everyone's dedicated. If you're staying on, we appreciate you.
Thank you. Yes. If you are all of the technical difficulties.
Okay. I just clicked the link, so I'm going to click out of this one so I can go to Instagram.
Okay. So she's going to click out of this one. Well, she's going to click out of that link. Then she's going to join me over at Instagram. But I still need her in the other link. So hopefully she'll get back to I don't know if she knows that I need her in both links. All righty. We getting this thing together. We're getting this thing together, y'all. Just hold on a second. So I don't even know if she's in Instagram, actually. We may have to restart the video because I don't think she's in Instagram either. Okay, so she did that. Okay, I think I have her on Instagram. Okay. So
I'm here.
We did it.
Uh-oh, I need to mute one of my sounds.
Yeah, you're going to have to delete one of your sounds.
Is it better now?
Are you good? That's perfect. Okay.
Is it better now? I just muted.
Nope.
I still hear it.
Yep. Maybe it's the laptop.
Okay, I just muted the laptop. Okay. It's still doing it.
It's still doing it.
It's because there's two of me.
Okay. Maybe don't do the Instagram one. Take that one off. Okay, we're gonna take her off on the Instagram one. Okay, and that worked. Okay, now can you hear me? Now, somebody said mute the mic and the volume, but now I can't hear you. So unmute yourself.
Okay, I'm unmuted on this.
Okay, but somebody told us to mute the mic and the volume for the Instagram.
For the Instagram. Okay, yeah. Let me try that again. I'm going to try to request to join on Instagram one more time. I'm turning down my volume on Instagram. Volume's down. And I'm going to mute myself on Instagram.
Okay. Is it me? No, because I'm muted.
Okay, so I'm muted and turned down on Instagram.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I think we got it. Okay. We did. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for those who are bearing with us while we get this thing together. Okay, we're trying. Okay, can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you clearly. Yes.
All right. So we're gonna get started. All righty. So welcome to my 3-part series of TransformU in 2022. I wanted to do this 3-part series to help the clients that come to me and those of you who are not clients. I wanted to give you a little behind the scenes of what I kind of focus on when I'm coaching. And usually when I'm coaching, it's basically focusing on, mental stuff, your financial stuff, and also definitely your spiritual stuff. And a lot of people don't realize that you can cope mentally without medications, and that's my goal when I am coaching, to all of us, just, get into a place where we are just, instead of just coping, we're actually thriving and healing. Okay, so that's why I want to do this series. So the first part, of course, is healing you mentally. And I wanted to talk to Miss Tori because when I put this out there, when I needed some coaches, I was like, okay, because I can't do it all by myself. I'm not an expertise in everything. I do know a lot, but I don't know everything. And this is why I like to bring in different coaches that are, a little bit better than me, that, actually, know more things that I do. So I wanted to bring you in because when I went to your page and I saw what you did, I was ecstatic. I was like, okay, oh my God, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So let me explain why I wanted to speak with Miss Tori. When I am coaching and when I have clients, I usually give you steps that you need to take to start your healing process. A lot of the steps are not some of the genuine steps you think that you should be taking, like journaling, like, taking, doing breath work, because I am all into healing and transformation right now. I'm into meditations, all of those things, and so people kind of look at me like I'm crazy. So the other day I decided to talk about decluttering your house and your office space. And some people don't realize that when you have a cluttered workspace, when you have a cluttered house, when you have anything cluttered, your mind is cluttered too. And that goes for your car, that goes for your closets, your kitchen, your living room, whatever it is. If your mind is cluttered, if your space is cluttered, your mind is cluttered too. So I put this out there a couple of days ago. I don't know if it was on my podcast or if it was on on a post I put. And most people do come to me and they're like weirded out because, like, what does having to clean my house have to do with me, healing mentally? And what I would tell you is, as a woman who suffers from bipolar, I'm an ex-housekeeper. So I would clean homes all day for everybody else, but would come home and my closet would be clothes piled high. Okay, because mentally I couldn't clean. I could clean everybody else because it was what I did. It was my money. I had to pay my bills. I could do everything else for everybody else, but I could not do what I needed to do for other people. For myself. And so I would literally have my closet, and I have tons of clothes, everything. So my closet would be piled high. And so when my closet was cluttered, my brain was cluttered because I literally was so exhausted. I was digging in clothes, trying to find things that I needed to find, but I couldn't do it. So now I'm sitting in the middle of the floor. I'm crying. One, because I feel like a failure. I always say to myself, like, I can keep everybody else's house clean. Why can't I keep my own closet clean? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I'm crying because I am literally, my mental health is up to here because I'm so exhausted by what's going on in this closet. And then three, I'm crying because I can't find nothing. I can't find anything. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I want to talk to you, because this is one of those conventional coping skills that you can use in your mental health healing journey. And I thought that this was a great way to introduce you, your business, what you do to help others declutter their minds and their workspace. So if you'll go and introduce yourself, tell everybody what you do, how you do it, and why you do it.
Sorry, guys. My laptop decided to act a little crazy right now. I can still see you.
Okay, I don't know if you're on
I am the owner of True Belongings. I'm a home organizing business. So what that means is I go into people's homes. I help them declutter. So it can be anywhere from your bedroom to your office to your living room to your garage. I've helped teachers out. So I have a lot of different types of jobs that I do. But what I love doing with that is because it helps people with their mental health. You don't realize it until you get it done. That, like we were saying, it matters. Your space, your environment matters. And it impacts your mental health. Whether you realize it or not, your mental health is impacted. So that's what I do. Like I said, I'm with True Belongings. I absolutely love it. I launched in July, and I'm just really, really grateful to give this service to the world and realize that this is a gift of mine, that doing this is a gift. And I absolutely love doing it. I love helping teachers, nurses, singles, teens, little kids, like you name it. I help all different populations.
Now, when they come to you, do they off the top tell you, hey, do you have women that come to you that are deciding at this moment that, hey, my mental health is in a bad space, I want to literally get some help from you? Are they telling you this? Or are they pretending that this is not happening when you all are talking? How do you incorporate, because I saw your tagline, I think it was your quote you said about decluttering their space in their mental space. So how do you incorporate that when you're giving them the service? How do you incorporate that? How do you talk to them about actually doing that?
Yeah. So when I'm doing a job, my clients work with me the majority of the time. I will absolutely do a job on my own, but I usually recommend for the client to do it with me. One, because I don't know what they want and what they want to trash. Exactly. Number two, it teaches them skills. So I'm teaching them as I go along. Like, this is how you declutter. This is how you simplify in your home. And also, I like getting to know my clients. So as I get to know them, I'm able to understand their why and what stresses them out. And, before I even come to their home, I have an idea, because I always do a discovery call with a client, whether it's over FaceTime or a phone call. I love getting to know the client for up to 30 minutes. Then I understand what stresses you out about the space, who lives with you, who's contributing to the mess. And then I can come up with a plan for the family or the single person or, whatever, the roommates. And so the mental health aspect just comes in whenever I start working with them in person, because they start to open up to me. We're going through some items. Like, sometimes it's personal items. Sometimes it's divorce papers. Sometimes it's, I don't know, like, there's a lot of, or maybe like a death certificate pops up. So like, there can be intense items, very vulnerable items that pop up as I help organize. Now, generally that doesn't happen. If I'm doing a kitchen, you're not going to see that. Exactly. But I know going into it, I always have them specify what project we're going to do. Because if we're doing a bedroom, I know there's going to be some personal stuff going on. Mm-hmm. If we're doing an office, I know we're going to have some very touchy situations. And so I go in prepared for that. So yeah, that's kind of how I work through it with them. Sometimes I have clients cry. Sometimes I have clients, kind of tense up. Sometimes they're like, oh my gosh, like I'm so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're embarrassed. And like, I always tell them, don't call yourself a hoarder, number one. I don't believe that hoarders exist. I think labeling yourself as a hoarder is shaming yourself. Number two, you're just a person who is busy in life, and your home just took the back seat. That's and right. I'm going to help you make your home your front seat again. So that's what I tell my clients. There's no shame. I literally, no job shocks me.
That's right.
Oh, no job shocks me. Like, they'll literally be like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed to send these pictures. And I'm like, girl, like, I've seen everything.
Yeah, like me as a housekeeper.
If I see, if I see a home that clearly needs cleaning before I come, I will recommend a cleaning company for them. So I very rarely have to do that. Luckily, my clients haven't needed that service. Like, most of my clients already have house cleaners, but really they need me because their house cleaners are saying, we can't clean properly until you get this organized.
Exactly.
So I partner with house cleaners really well, but with the house cleaners, it's like, if I see a picture and I'm like, oof, this is dirty, it's not just like an organizing issue. I will be like, I would recommend you work with a house cleaner before I come. Right. But yeah, so that's kind of how the mental health aspect comes into it. I think our physical space correlates directly with our mental space. And when we don't have a home that we love to be in, our entire world is going to feel like we're on a hamster wheel the entire time, going nowhere fast. You're going to have no rest. Like moms, the first place I go is I help them with their bedroom. Because if a mom inquires, even if they inquire for their kids, when I call on the phone, I ask them, how is your room environment? And I ask them, how is your room environment, number one? Number two, do you have a safe space in your home? Safe space to me means, do you have a place where you can go rest? Do you have a yoga area? Do you have a reading nook? Do you have a space where, like, for instance, one of my friends, she has a 3-year-old. She made her closet a place that no one can go except for her. That's her safe space. And she put a bunch of inspirational quotes in her closet. And that's where she journals in the morning. That is where, if mama's in there, you don't mess with mama. And I love that. I think moms need that. Dads need that. Like, my dad, I know a lot of men that just work their lives away and don't have a space to recharge.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's
I like that. That is so awesome, because it was so funny today, because my office and over behind my desk is my little space where I have my Bible, my journals, and my little space where I meditate. And it's a little small space. So this morning, my son was looking for me this morning, and he was like, "Where you been in there the whole time?" I'm in there. He's like, because he said he peeked in, but he said he didn't see me. But it's behind me, behind this desk. And he was like, I didn't see you. Because when I'm in my space, it is my space.
No, you're like, leave mama alone.
I don't talk. All I do is pray. I meditate, and I do what I need to do in that space in the mornings. And so I like what you said about having a space in your house. That's the first thing. And this is what I try to tell my clients. When, because I do have some of them that tell me, well, you don't understand, I live in an apartment. Well, you don't understand because I have a bunch of kids, and you don't understand that. Exactly, Miss Lisa, you're tucked away. I'm always tucked away in my own little way. He couldn't even find me. And he's a, big, tall dude. He couldn't even see me behind, my computer in my little space back there. But I was there, but I was quiet as a mouse, because that's what I do, and so my clients come to me because they rarely understand that you need that time, that you need to be alone. I don't care how many kids you have. I don't care what you do. You need your alone time, because if you're no good for yourself, you're not going to be any good for your children. You're not going to be any good for your husband. You're not going to be any good for your business. Okay.
Your boss.
People don't realize that, if you're this is why I try to tell people, you can start all the businesses you want. You can do all the branding, the LLCs, the EINs. You can do anything you wanted to. But if that mind ain't clear, you will suffer every time. You will fail every time. Okay. Trust me. I know these things. So I like that you explain to your clients also, there's no shame in having a cluttered home and needing the help. Okay. I think that's a big thing why people let's normalize having a housekeeper. Okay. Let's normalize having someone help you come declutter your space. I don't think we get, especially as women, You know, we tend to be able to want to handle it all, but we can't.
Well, and it's a generational thing. Like, I remember my grandmother did handle it all, but it caused her to be anxious her whole life. And I don't want to live like that. I want to I want to break that cycle of anxiety and worry because you feel like you're suffocating because you have so much to do. You do the laundry, you do the vacuuming, you do the cleaning, you do the cooking. Like, absolutely not in my house. Like, my boyfriend and I share duties. I know women that absolutely love cooking. For instance, my boyfriend's mom loves cooking, so she's generally the cook.
Yeah.
But her husband is over there contributing. Like, he occasionally does cook. He'll, they'll clean up. Exactly. So I'm like, it is a team effort. And I think
I'm glad you said that too, that it's generational. Because I'm a lot older than you, and I come from a generation where every woman did everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I started that. I also continued that generation with myself. So I did everything in my household. I did all the cooking. I'm doing all the cleaning. And now that I'm an empty nester, for my mental health, I do nothing. Like, I do nothing, and my son is so shocked by that because it's like, all you do all day is sit and make t-shirts and do videos. because I work on me. You understand what I'm saying? So you are so correct with that being generational, because my mother taught me to do all the things I needed to do because her mother taught her to do the exact same things. But we need to normalize, because of our mental health, that it's okay to have someone come help you. It is okay for somebody to come clean your closet. It is so okay for somebody to come clean your home. I used to go to clean homes, and the husbands would tell me, I know when it's Olivia Day because we have to clean up before you get here. Because some of them will be so.
All the families that I know clean for the cleaners. You're like,
tomorrow. They would all the husbands would say to me, well, I know the day that you're coming, it's Olivia Day because we're in here cleaning. And and it wasn't an insult to me when some of the husbands would say, why don't you let her do it? That's what she's here for. I mean, some of the husbands would say, tell my wife we pay you good to do this, but because of the stigma of being embarrassed, like you said, well, you don't want to, you label yourself as a hoarder. You label yourself as lazy. You label yourself as, I can't do this. And this is not what you should be doing. When I had that closet looking like that, my son would say to me, and my husband was like, how do you get around in this mess? How do you clean? But they didn't understand what my mental health wouldn't let me be able to do it. Yep. But also my OCD was bothering me too. So I was overwhelmed, with the cluttered space, but also my mental health was suffering because it was there. So how do you, when you start the process with them, what are you talking about? How are you soothing them? How are you letting them know that, hey, it's okay, I'm here for you? Because I'm pretty sure, like you said, some of them was, because I would cry. I totally would cry. Like, I'm so sorry you had to see me this way, because it's my pride as well. So tell me how you soothe them. How do you try to connect with them so that it won't, get to their mental health, so that you can help them create the space and help you do it as well? Because like you said, you are incorporating them as well. So how do you go about that process?
So I initially tell them that everyone has disorganized spots in their house.
Exactly.
Me included. And I will let them know. Like, one of my, I have repeat clients. So one of my most favorite clients, just because, like, I've gotten nowhere the last 4 months. She hires me once a month. She's a single mom and budgets for me. And I love her. Mm-hmm. And I helped her the 4th time the other night, and we were chatting, and she was like, I bet you your house is flawless, right? And I was like, I mean, my house is probably like 90% flawless 90% of the time. I don't have little kids.
Yeah.
My boyfriend knows that I turn into a Nazi when things are not in order. So we work as a team. I have another roommate who respects that. And so but I also said, like, I know how to hide it. Like, I have little spots that I can go through. Like, the other day, I went through my closet and found 10 pieces of clothing that I didn't want anymore, and I donated them. Another thing, I have these, like, little bins that are, in my cubbies, and I have a bin on my nightstand. Like, I have 2 one that has books that's just showing. It's like really cute. And then on the bottom, there's a bin. And that's where I keep a lot of my photos that I print out. So I sorted my photos because it was just like a huge mess. It was like I had photos in there that I needed to just throw away.
Exactly.
Like I was like, I don't think I need photos from my first boyfriend. Like toss those, you know, like that was like 10 years ago.
Exactly.
And I just got real with myself. But I remind them I still have areas. So that was a huge, you know, stressor for me, was like right by my bed where I'd wake up. I knew that that spot looked organized, but it was in the inside. It was like extra business cards and like just like stuff I didn't know what to do with. And then I had one more bin in my room that had it as well. And so I just, yeah, I just absolutely realized that those things were tough for me. And like our guest closet can turn into that as well, because it's just like that's where we store our Christmas stuff, it's where we store our holiday stuff. So it's just like it can be challenging. So I remind my clients when I'm talking about their mental health and really making sure that, you know, they're not embarrassed that hey, me too. Yes, like I have skills that I apply and my home isn't like this, but I've seen this. You're not alone. So I remind them they're not alone. I remind them that I also struggle sometimes. And I also tell them like, hey, like this is what I'm here for. Like when you break your leg and you go visit a doctor, like if you break a leg, you need to go see the doctor to get it fixed. And there's no shame.
That's
so like, why do we have shame around when your mental health is cluttered? Why are we scared to see a therapist? Why are we scared to hire an organizer? Why are we scared to hire a house cleaner? Like those are just other techniques that you need to do if your mental health is struggling. So like you said, that's very
well, it's the stigma, of course, because of the stigma around it. A lot of people, you know, and I preach that all the time. You all will suffer in silence. You all will suffer and have things clutter. You won't try journaling. You won't declutter. You won't do any of the things that I will teach you, but you also are afraid to go see a doctor. You know, but I also know the stigma around seeing a doctor, because I tell the story all the time. Before I actually got myself to where I was diagnosed and got the medications that I needed, 2 doctors turned me down and told me, you know, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. Okay. The second doctor said the same thing. You know, he literally used the culture thing, and he was like, you know, Black people are not on medications. Black people don't suffer from mental health issues. And I'm like, okay,
what world do you live in?
I mean, seriously, you know, I'm like, because I went there because I had an anxiety attack, and at the time I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know why I was, you know, breathing so hard and why it felt like something was sitting on. I told him, I said, it feels like an elephant is sitting on my chest. So I didn't understand that. So what I do is I understand why people are hesitant to go see doctors about their mental health. But if you're not going to go see a doctor and you know that you're losing it, you know that you're not feeling well, why not seek out the help? And guess what? Most of the time is you're cluttered. Your space is cluttered. Your closet is cluttered. Your home is cluttered. You are cluttered. And so now your mind is cluttered. And when you have disorganization in your home, you're not organizing your thoughts. Okay, I'm sorry, it's just not going to work. You're not organizing your thoughts. And much like you, people who, when I, you know, being a housekeeper, when I was running the business, they would say to me, I bet your house is immaculate. And I'm like, girl, you ain't seen my closet. You know, like you, my whole entire house on the, you know, when you walked in, it's immaculate. But then you didn't see upstairs where I was sticking things.
We knew how to hide it. Everyone.
Yeah, I knew how.
When you have company coming over, you're like, put your stuff in your room and close your door. Like,
yeah, I knew how to hide it. You know, but then when everybody's gone, I'm in this bad space because I can't find something. I remember going to church and I needed a pair of shoes, and I couldn't find. I had already had in my mind the dress I was going to wear. But because the closet was so cluttered, I could not find the shoes. So now I'm crying. Now I never made it to church that day because I wanted to wear that dress. That was the dress I wanted to wear. But because the closet was so cluttered, I couldn't find the shoes. So I didn't go to church. You know, so now I missed out my blessing because I couldn't find my shoes. all because my house is cluttered, you know? So that's why I wanted to talk to you, because people do not realize when I am coaching them, when I am talking to them, when I am telling them there are other alternatives to medication, there are other alternatives to, you know, if you don't want to go talk to a therapist, there are a lot of people that are still afraid to talk to therapists. Decluttering your space. These are things that you can try at home. Okay. These are things that you can say, you know what? I have given up. This closet is a mess. My house is a mess. I want to be organized. Because I promise you, what happens when you get organized in your home, things start to come to you. You are clearer. You can see your bills. You can see, you know, your kids' activities. You're in a better mental space, like you said.
Definitely.
Once you have decluttered everything. So how do they feel once they're done? Now I saw you say that you had this client every month, but once you're done with them, you decluttered the space. What do they say afterwards? How do they feel?
Yeah, so I've had 2 clients that have hired me basically for their house top to bottom, and it was really cool because they happen to both be single moms.
Okay.
And so that was really cool because I love single moms, and so I gave them both discounts, and I just really appreciated them investing in me. So once I was finished so the one client, I have like one more spot to do with her, but the other client is completely done.
Okay.
And, you know, sometimes they're emotional, sometimes they're just so grateful. And they're just like, I didn't realize how heavy this was making me feel. And they didn't realize the baggage they were carrying. So they just were like, I can breathe in my home. Like this one client, we did her laundry room in the basement. We did her living room area. We did her kitchen. We did her bedroom, like her closet. We did her teen daughter's messy room.
Yeah.
And then we did the upstairs 2 little storage areas that were like little, like underneath the stair closets. And she was just like, I know what's in my home now. Like she was like, I had no idea what was in some of those spots. And now I know like what I want, what I need, and what I don't need and can get rid of. Can either sell or trash or donate. So the way that I work with my clients is we come up with piles. So I ask them ahead of time, you know, from your stuff, are you interested in selling? Most people are like, I don't have time for that. Don't want to do it.
That's right.
So what we do is typically we have 3 piles. We have trash, donate, and keep. In the donate pile, if there's something that's like really nice or something, they may like ask me if I want it. I usually like say no, but I usually don't need it, but sometimes they'll like say something and I'm like, "Ooh, my little brother could use this," or like, so I say yes, and it's like really cool because like I always leave jobs with something. Like the other night I cooked quinoa. My client has allergies and can't use the quinoa that was in her pantry. It was like this huge thing, and I was like, "Ooh, I'll take it." So the other day I cooked quinoa, and I just thought of her. I was like, "I love my client." So like sometimes I leave with food.
Yep.
Sometimes I leave with, you know, they feed me a meal or like give me coffee, or other times it's like the most random things. Like one of my clients gave me an ice cream maker. So I'm giving that to my little brother for his birthday in May. It's just in my trunk. Like I'm like, cool. This is amazing. It's like $100 ice cream maker.
Yeah. They give you, your clients will give you, I had clients donate, give me bags of clothes. And I'm like, lady, do you see your size and my size? Like, I'm like, come on, you know, but they will say, please take this, because they want to declutter, you know, and they want me to take it. And I don't know why they think that I don't have clutter in my house, but I'm like,
I mean, I will sometimes take the stuff for the clients. I don't advertise it. I'm not like, I will take your donations.
Yeah.
But if they're in over their head, I will take it for them. Like I can tell when they're too overwhelmed to do it themselves.
Okay.
So a lot of times I help the moms. Like if I help a single mom or even just a mom that's overwhelmed, I'll be like, I can take it. I'm going to Women Giving Back today. Cause like I have a partnership with Women Giving Back. They're phenomenal. I am going to be a sort leader for them. What that means is Women Giving Back is in Northern Virginia, and it is a nonprofit that helps women and children. So either a woman that maybe fled a domestic violence case, or maybe they were fleeing violence and they have a family. Maybe they're experiencing homelessness. So they provide clothing and resources for women in the area. And so they have a huge warehouse where they have to sort all the clothes, all the items.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be a sort leader twice a month.
That's awesome.
Where I decided I'm going to do the first and fourth Fridays of the month. So every first Friday and every fourth Friday, I mark off my schedule to make sure I'm at Live and Giving Back in the morning from 9:30 to 12.
That is awesome. And let's go back to when you said it was a huge weight lifted off. It's a huge weight lifted off of them. And it is, and that's the truth. That is the point of this entire interview. That's the point of this entire conversation. When you are decluttering, it is the mental weight that is lifted off of you. It gives you a chance to breathe. It gives you a chance to say, I can see my house. I can see the things that I need to see, because when we are cluttered, now we already have all of this stuff piled up in our brains, from the mental illness, but you also have that junky house. That nasty house, the bathrooms that are not clean, you have that on your mind, but you're so ashamed. You don't want anybody to come in to help you take that weight off of your shoulders.
Yep.
So I can see where they will cry, because I said, even cleaning my closet, I am not, I'm a neat freak, but when my mental health is in a state, I like to call it my episodes. When I'm in an episode, my closet could be 3, 4, 5 months into just piles on the floor, boxes everywhere, so I know what it's like. So before we end today, do you want to give them some tips to my audience and your audience, for those who are still skeptical about decluttering? How does this make my mental health go away? We didn't say that. You're not going to be magically not bipolar anymore. You're not magically not going to be depressed anymore. But we're showing you ways, and this is why I wanted to do the series. I am showing you ways to be able to start your healing journey by decluttering, getting your space so that you'll be able to breathe, having this space where you'll be able to sit down and focus now on your mental health, so that you can flourish, you can thrive now. So give them some tips, some things that they could take away from this conversation today, that, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 tips that they could take away, that they could possibly start to use today, or maybe giving them some tips about that mama who was considering hiring someone, but she was feeling like, my house is hoarding, and I don't want anybody to see this. So just give them some tips that they can take away today to help themselves declutter, or even contact someone like you.
So I do these on my page frequently. I call them Tips with Tori. And I guess some of my top things that I recommend to clients when starting is, number 1, if you live with people, have a family meeting, is what I call it. Sit down with everyone in the home and acknowledge whether you're the mother who's leading this meeting, you're the father, you're a teenager who's done with your younger siblings trashing the house. Decide you're going to have a family meeting and set up a time and a place and say, hey, fam, I would really like to talk to you all about our home environment. Let's meet at this time, and give them time to plan and say, bring your suggestions. It's huge. Our living environment, the reality is most of us don't live alone. I live with 2 people. I live with my boyfriend and my roommate. So we have 3 of us in the home. So the reality is sometimes there's issues and we have to work through them. Sometimes you have younger siblings. Other times you have a messy husband or a messy wife or whatever, grandparents. There's lots of different scenarios. My point is, number 1, set up a meeting, have open communication. So if you can find a middle ground, let's say you have someone that's like me, very type A, very everything needs to be in order, right? My boyfriend is a little less crazy than me. So for example, we compromised. We both share in unloading the dishwasher, doing dishes, cooking, laundry. However, we have this kind of unspoken deal that I will put all the laundry away. Yeah. And I just it's therapeutic for me. So that's something we agreed on, is generally I'm the one to fold the clothes and put them away. He usually washes them for us. And then usually what happens is I put my clothes away and I give him the option to do it. And he usually doesn't do it. So it's in this little corner. And old me would be like, this is ridiculous. Like, get your stuff out of the corner. But like, I've breathed and I've been like, Tori, not everyone's like you.
That's right.
Let it be. And when you have time, you can put him away for him. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. And then another example of that is I used to be a Nazi when it came to my boyfriend and how he put his clothes away. I don't care. I don't care. I tell him that. I'm like, I don't care if you fold them. I don't care if they're color coded anymore. Just like get them out of my sight. So like put them in the dishwasher, hang them up, like do what you need to do. But I just don't want to see a bunch of clothes on the floor. That's like that's what me out.
Yeah, mine's too.
So we have this little corner in our room where you can't really see. Like if someone walks into our room, it's hiding.
Okay.
So I've just accepted that it's okay for that to be there sometimes. So find out some non-negotiables for your home environment. Maybe everyone, like for us, a non-negotiable is absolutely no dishes left in the sink ever.
That's right.
If there's a dish left in the sink, that means that you saw the dishwasher was clean and you decided not to unload it.
Exactly.
Or you just decided to be lazy and not put it in the dishwasher, even if it was dirty. Or you just decided not to hand wash. Like there's multiple scenarios. If the dishwasher's clean and you don't want to unload it, at least hand wash the dish and put it in the dryer rack. So like we have multiple options. Like I get it. So like I communicated that to our group chat and was like, here's something that stresses me out. It smells. I don't like it. I feel like I'm the one carrying the load and I don't want this to happen anymore.
Exactly.
Voila, the last month we've been really good at this. And so that's an example. So do a family/roommate meeting. Figure out how you guys can have a healthy environment. For us, like an example, I'll show you right here. We actually have a blanket basket. Now, it's amazing. Generally, they're folded, but my boyfriend and I sometimes will just throw them there at night when we're tired.
Exactly.
And it's just great because that's an example of you don't have a bunch of blankets just laying around, just like
exactly.
Another thing is like I love the cubbies. I love I have a 1x2 by my nightstand with a bin. And then I have a 2x2, which is like my area where I have my books and my important documents in one. And then I have like my toiletries and perfume stuff that I don't want in the bathroom. That's just like there. And it's just great. So like get yourself some cubbies, get yourself some cute little bins to like make, like for us, our bins are like a light pink and then our sheets are an olive green. So like they complement each other.
Exactly.
I like white because it opens up a room. Some people like brown, some people like black. Do what you want to do. The other trick is color code everything. Like not absolutely everything. Like you don't need to color code your books. I just like putting light colors together. Okay. But I color code my closet. So I hang the majority of my things. The only things I really fold are like my workout leggings, any of my pants, and then my sweatshirts and sweaters. Those are like generally what I fold. Okay. And then the stuff that I don't fold are like things I put in little bins, like my underwear, socks, and sports bras and workout tanks. But anyways, you'll see in my closet, it's color coded and it makes it look better. Another tip for closets, get yourself all the same hangers. For some reason in America and across the world, we think it's okay to have a bunch of random hangers. We think
I didn't even think
hangers from the cleaners. Like you're just like, no, do not like so if you're watching this, get rid of your cleaners hangers. Get rid of them. Throw them away. No one wants them. Jack doesn't even want them.
Yeah.
And,
oh my God. You know what? Now that is taking it.
I feel called out.
I've never thought about the hangers. I've never thought about that. That's funny. And that's a good tip. That is a good tip. I never thought about that.
And your clothes always fall off the wire hangers. Like, why do we always do out? Like, get velvet hangers.
Well, since I'm a t-shirt maker, so I wear my products.
Yeah.
So I have like 1,000 t-shirts everywhere. So I do need to start hanging them or rolling them and putting them away. But I would like to see them so that I can re-wear them again. Because sometimes I'll like this one is my one I just made and then I'll wear it today. I probably won't wear it again, but I would like to wear it again. You know what I'm saying? So that hanger trick is a really good idea. I don't like cleaner hangers either, but I never thought about that. See, and that's something that's so simple that will save you time, save you mental trouble, because it's the little things like this that work out. Someone on my Facebook said that they like the blanket basket. Yeah. I do too. I have one, but I never put it out. But I think that's a great idea because I don't sit down in my living room, so that's like the best place in the house. But my pup likes to sleep on blankets and stuff, so I need to, I think that's a good one. She said that she would have that one for her grandson, and she also said she hates cleaner hangers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how they get that stuff on their hangers either. That's just some magic.
I know. So with the blankets, what's cool too is I like rolling them. So I like halfway fold, halfway roll. So they look cute. And then like another thing, one other big rule I have my clients do and try to adopt is a no shoe policy in the house. So you replace your shoes with slippers. So for instance, I have my slippers on right now. So like I always have something on my feet. I have plantar fasciitis, so I have to have something on my feet right now. Getting older is just interesting. But yourself a mud room. Like I live in an apartment. We don't really have room for like a mud room, but our laundry room has a space for shoes. And then I put two of my most used shoes in the front closet because like those are the two that I wear in the wintertime. They're my bean boots. Like I wear those more than anything right now. Exactly. So those are right in the closet when you go in the front door. And then in the summer, you swap them out. Like clearly I won't have my bean boots when it's 80 degrees. Like I'll have my Birkenstocks in there. So make it easy for yourself. Like don't even give yourself the option to take your shoes that you wear most of the time to
we do ours. We have a garage. So when I back my truck in, or if my husband comes in, or if my son comes in, we put shoes. We have a space right by the door, and you put all of your shoes that we wear. Our work shoes. It's mostly our work shoes.
I don't know what made us think it was okay to wear shoes in a home.
Well, you know what? In some cultures, what happens when you go into I have had Indian clients, African clients. Your shoes are literally promptly at the door. Period. And we didn't, even when I cleaned, instead of me taking my shoes off, they would give me bags to put on my feet. So they accepted me coming in,
Let me grab my laptop charger real quick.
Okay. So that's, so if you all can see that the tips that she was giving you all, this takes a load off of you. This keeps your mental health from being from being overwhelmed, and from so that your mental health won't be so all out of whack and all crazy. And when I tell people all the time, when I try to tell them, I say, I practice what I preach. What I'm telling you is actually what I use in my space. And I understand that it's tough when you're dealing with mental health issues, but it's something you have to do in order to start coping, start healing instead of just coping to get along. So how can they reach you? And I'll definitely put the link everywhere. How can that, because I know, what area are you in?
I'm in Northern Virginia. So I am about 45 minutes from DC.
Okay.
But if you don't live in the area, I go up to 2 hours for clients.
Awesome.
I do virtual as well. So I have virtual organizing sessions.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. And so for those of you all who cannot get her, you can call her up, you can email her up, say, hey, I am, I need this help. I need this help. I saw you on, Lady O's talk, and, I kind of want to get this thing started. And that's awesome that you offer it virtual, because now you're incorporating them too. They're having to do it themselves. And what I found out is if they start to do it, they're more likely to continue it. You see what I'm saying? So if you include them, I used to do that with the kids, that I would have kids that when I would go clean, and the children, Miss Olivia's coming over and they want to help. But what I found out is I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. Miss Olivia's not cleaning your room anymore if you're not putting away your toys. Miss Olivia's not cleaning away your, I need these baseball cards all in order. So when I would say when Miss Olivia was done, they would help me. What I found out, clients would tell me, hey, little Larry always puts this because he doesn't want Miss Olivia to get him. So they would listen to Miss Olivia. They wouldn't listen to their own parents.
Yep.
But when you incorporate, have them helping you, your clients too, I find it more likely that they will actually do it. So I like the virtual experience, having them, say, hey, this is what my closet looks like. Okay, tell me what you want me to do. Take these cleaner hangers out, periods. Somebody said, Olivia, I'm literally hanging up my clothes that I washed yesterday. This has been a great motivator for me. See, awesome.
So the other thing we do, so I'll just put it out there, I do virtual. If you want me to come to you, we can work something out. Mm-hmm. So if you want me to travel to you, like we can work it out, even if you're over 2 hours. That's just generally like what I go for. But I'm starting to expand and I'm open to the idea of, flying to my clients or whatever.
Awesome. Because people do that. I mean, you're not you just started 6 months ago, and for you to already have, clients lined up, that's awesome, but people are doing that, and you need that. And for those who think that, well, I don't want to hire a housekeeper, I don't want to hire somebody to organize my house, that's just ludicrous. Because we need to normalize getting help, and you know what I found out too, when you do declutter your space, now you have more time to focus on you. Yep. So now you can take a bath. Now you can take that walk that I always talk about, because I always try to tell them, go for walks, take a hot bath, journal, read, listen to podcasts, preferably mine. So, you have that time once you declutter your space, because now your head is not overwhelmed and you're not so busy worrying about, I got to clean this, I can't see this, I can't find anything. So I really, really, really like the idea of that. So I thank you so much for being the first one to jump on my TransformU in 2022. I am so excited about this. I like I said, when I saw your website and I looked at everything you were doing, I was like, you know what? I need this. And I need and I need everybody in my Facebook group or people who, who follow me to see this, because this is what we need. This just helps. This is cleaning your house, decluttering your space, also decluttering your mind. And these things work together. They coincide. This is how you have better mental health. This is how you're able to take care of yourself. This is nothing. You don't have to use them. A lot of people don't like medications. So these are things that you can incorporate in your life that don't require medication, that don't require a therapist. I mean, you can do these things, so tell them where they can reach you, how they can get
my website is truebelongingsco.com. You can also reach me on Facebook and Instagram. So my name is Tori Truesdale. So you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram, it's tori.truesdale. And then my business page on Facebook is True Belongings Co. You can search that. And then on Instagram, it's just True Belongings. And then one more thing is I actually am a serial entrepreneur. So I do love home organizing. That's my first business. Yeah. My other business is actually with one of my best friends from high school. It's an extension of True Belongings. So it's actually called the Restore Retreats. We are on Instagram called the Restore Retreats. We're hosting our first retreat in Virginia, or not our first retreat of 2022, our second retreat in Virginia in May, third weekend of May. So right in between Memorial Day and Mother's Day. And it's for ladies who are looking to level up, who are looking to recharge, who are looking to focus on mental health and your physical health and all aspects of your life, and to take a weekend away. So mamas, I'm talking to you. You deserve this. Your kids deserve this. Your husband, anyone in your life deserves for you, would be better off if you took this break. So don't come at me with the excuses. That's right. It's worth it. I've seen so many mothers' lives transformed by coming to our retreat in November. We had 42 ladies in attendance. It was phenomenal.
That's awesome.
We had 18 spend the night, and so that was in West Virginia. Okay. And so we're very excited. So I will be sure to
please give me all of those links every time. Well, we're following each other now, So I'll make sure I share those because I'm in South Carolina. So I do have line sisters that are everywhere. I have my audiences everywhere. So I'm pretty sure that they all will. I mean, I really like the sound of that. That is so awesome. I totally love that because, like you said, you have to take care of yourself in order to take care of others.
And with that, our next retreat will be somewhere else. So our goal is every retreat, we have 2 a year, one in May, one in October.
Okay.
October will be not in Virginia and not in West Virginia. So it'll be somewhere else other than what we've done before.
Okay.
So we may be coming towards South Carolina.
Well, you know what? Well, you just keep me posted, okay? I know with COVID, it's been so crazy lately, but I think we all, after COVID now, need that time.
The community. Nothing replaces that in-person community.
Exactly. And we need to recharge. We need to get our mental health together because we found out now with the pandemic, so many people are suffering from mental health issues.
And then one more thing I forgot to mention, I do have a group on Facebook called True Belongings Tribe. I think I might have just invited you this morning. I went through all my friends and I was like, invite, because I realized like so many people I didn't invite yet.
Exactly.
And so basically True Belongings Tribe is an extension of my business. Okay. You don't have to be interested in home organizing to be a part of it. I host weekly groups. I'm hosting a book club that's virtual. Okay. We're reading Atlas of the Heart by Brene Brown. We also host virtual women networking. So it's an hour every other Thursday. Okay. On the other Thursdays, when it's not women networking, it's the book club. So it's just really easy that I tell my boyfriend I'm not available every Thursday from 7 to 9.
That's right.
And then I host other events. So I shout out other businesses that I'm loving that are hosting events, whether they're in the area or, I'm just loving them, or maybe they're a virtual opportunity. I love
that's how I am. I am all about collaborations. I'm all about introducing other people to other people. Yeah. Because I knew that, I can incorporate mental health with, like I'm doing this 3-part series financially, so next week I'll have someone that's a financial coach.
That's awesome. I'm tuning in next week.
Yeah, it's going to be a financial coach. And then the next week is going to be a spiritual coach.
Love it.
I don't know, breath work. I don't know if you all do breath work.
Yes, I have a friend that does breath work.
Okay, so that's the kind of stuff that I want to start incorporating, into my coaching and with my clients or the people that follow me on Instagram or in my Facebook group. And I explained to them that my group was going to be way different this year. Like I was going to be inviting everybody I can that was willing to come to me, talk with me, and share their experiences with us, because I'm not the only coach in the world and I don't know everything. So if they can get with you, or if they can get with, into your retreat, or where they can learn different things from different people, I have no problem. I am that one. If I win, everybody is winning. And I think we should be able to incorporate all types of things into our businesses differently so that we can help each other. So that's why I really wanted to talk to you. And I'm super excited about your retreat. And I don't even know, I'm thinking May, I'm already in my mind, I know that May is something that I have to do in May, but I'll have to keep that in mind. But like I said, you just make sure you share that with me, or I'll see it, because we're friends now. I'll definitely put that out there. I'll definitely shout you out, so that everybody can find you and everybody can, talk to you yourself. Hey, y'all talk to her. If you're overwhelmed and you need this, the virtual help, please go see Miss Tori, and let her know how she can help you. Miss Lisa is already putting away her clothes yesterday. So, even if you only help one person today, we did our job. Okay?
Oh, yes. And I'm so excited for your podcast and everything. We're launching a podcast, hopefully at the end of February, so we will have you on for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, I love my podcast. And we could probably, maybe with your business partner, I do cocktails and conversations every other Friday.
Love it.
So like this Friday, I'm hosting someone, and then next Friday is just a regular podcast, and then the next Friday I'll host someone. Cool. Be back together again for cocktails and conversations, and you can just bring whatever you want to drink, and we'll talk. We'll just have a conversation like we did today. For those of who are in my podcast audience. I love my podcast because it gives me a chance to talk about anything I want to talk about, and I don't have to be censored, So I love that. So if you're going to start, this is my 3rd season.
Ooh, so that's amazing. We will definitely have to chat because we're newbies. We've kind of learned from a few others as well. Like we got recommendations on the mics, and like they were like reminding us to keep it simple in the beginning. And, like, don't worry about ads. Just worry about like getting your voice out there in the beginning.
Yeah. Don't go into. I started my podcast, and this is just for anybody else. I know we're getting off topic right quick, but those of you who want to start a podcast, stop making things so hard. Yep. I started my podcast recording from my computer.
And most podcasters record in their closets.
I mean, seriously, now that I've gotten into my 3rd season, I have like some huge equipment sitting over here. And, I have my headphones and my microphone. Now I have all the good stuff now.
Right.
But it didn't start like that. Yeah. So if you're going to start, and that goes right into your mental health, because I think so many people want to start businesses, they want to start things, but they are so, let me do it this way because somebody else did it. You can keep it simple. Keep your life as simple as possible, because you will get farther in your career when you stop worrying about others and how everybody else did what they needed to do. All right. So that's just a little side quick note. So with that being said, I thank you all for tuning in, for you all who are catching the replay. Thank you, Ms. Tori, again for gracing
for having me.
I'm excited about this TransformU excuse me, 20U in 2022. I just want to get a head start. We want to start in January, because what I find by the time clients come to me in November, they've wasted 10 months, and now the year is over, and now you're trying to play catch up. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this now. I'm going to start this year. We're going to learn how to get ourselves together mentally, spiritually, and financially, so that we can start doing the things that we need to do. So thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next Friday. That will be my financial coach. And I have tons and tons of questions I have to ask her. But if you do have questions that you want me to ask her, please, or him, I haven't decided which one I'm going to use yet. Please, DM me, text me, email me your questions, and I'll definitely have those questions ready for that particular coach. You did help Miss Lisa today. So I thank you, Miss Lisa, for tuning in on my Facebook page. I can't see the other person that is on there. So I apologize for that. But thank you again for tuning in. I don't know if we did Instagram right. So
I don't think we did.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of Instagram. I think for those who are who didn't show up on Instagram, I will just put a video, a snippet of the video, and then they'll be able to go to my YouTube channel.
I think that actually works better. So I've heard that Instagram Live actually isn't super effective.
Okay.
That you'll actually get more viewers by posting it to your actual page and on your story.
Okay.
So I'm learning techniques too about like what works and what doesn't. So.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. So if you didn't catch it, if you're catching this on, I'm sorry if you missed it on Instagram, but I'll go ahead and post this interview because it was so amazing. So thank you again. I need you to probably, definitely text me your address.
Definitely, I'll text you my links and everything.
And all of your links, so that I'll have those things so that I can put that out to my audience. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So thank you all. Tune in next week to TransformU in 2022. It will be a financial coach. I got so many people that came to me and who wanted to talk to me, and I'm so excited. I hate that I'm only doing a 3-part series. I need to do like a 10-part series so that I can get everybody in, but I'm going to only do 3 because I actually have 14 days of self-love coming up. So that's going to be me every single day being on camera every single day. So that's going to be a lot juggling, coming up. So again, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you again, Miss Tori. And I will see you all back here same time next Friday.
All right. Bye.